Hello, everybody. I'm Pete Dobson. I am host of the Arch Advocate podcast, and I am making this announcement to let you know that I am deplatforming Jack Conte of Patreon. He's the CEO of Patreon, or the sole proprietor, or whatever it is that his title is over there, and I say to him, no more money. No more money for you, sir. If you are listening to this and you are supportive of anybody's creativity through Patreon, good for you. That's very noble of you. But in the larger effort, we would all appreciate it if you wrote to the creator that you are supporting and let them know that though you are still willing to support them financially, that you are no longer willing to support them using Patreon. Now, this is probably not the first that you've heard of it. I have turned off all of my, I've written to all of my Patreon patrons, and I've asked them to discontinue supporting me through that platform. Now, this comes at a great personal expense to me. I'm one of these people that can't really afford to have this sort of interruption right now. However, my virtues and the things that I hold dear to me, like the freedom of speech, compels me to make this move. Now, there's many other people who can afford it, but still major inconvenience. Tim Pool, for example, he's he's the last of a dying breed of like true journalists, people that actually go and put their feet on the ground and get the story. He's one of those people, and he's turning off his Patreon account. Dave Rubin, Jordan B. Peterson is turning it off. Sam Harris has announced that he's turning off his Patreon. Now listen, I don't like Sam Harris. If you are a fan of this show at all, I've made it clear on a number of occasions, I don't like Sam Harris. I don't like a thing that he has to say, and ultimately I just think he's stupid. However, he has a large following, and just like me, he needs money to pay for his life too, and he has taken that move because even he can see that violating an individual's right to speak that's untouchable. You cannot do that. We have laws in place so that if anybody ever wants to use their freedom of speech to call down violence on an individual or a particular group of people that are specific to a certain area, that's against the law. We have laws for that. But saying no words and having wrong think, when you shut people down like that, Jack Conte, that is literally what the Nazis did with the whole burning of books. The whole burning of books, that was not to keep the townspeople warm. That was to keep ideas out of their head. That's literally, like, you have all these purple-haired fatties running around calling everybody a Nazi. Well, guess what? That's actually what the Nazis did. Jack Conte, listen, if you are supporting people through Patreon, good. That's good that that's in your heart to do that. And you should continue to support the things that you love, because if you don't, they go away. But what we are saying in the community, it's not just me, it's not just Tim Pool or Sam Harris or Jordan B. Peterson or Sargon of Akkad, otherwise known as Carl. Can't remember his last name. Sorry about that, Carl. What we are saying is we're going to have to move it over. We have to move it over to a different platform, and this is the beautiful thing about capitalism. When Jack Conte does Nazi things, people leave because they don't want to be associated with supporting that man with treasure. It would be the same thing as if they were accidentally donating money to the Ku Klux Klan. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. And because of this, capitalism has come in and created competition, and that's a beautiful thing. And so Subscribestar has received a flood of new business, and then all of a sudden, all of these leftists decided to attack Subscribestar by reaching out to PayPal and saying, you better not do business with these people, or else we're going to call you a Nazi. And so PayPal coupled underneath that pressure. And now Subscribestar is going to have to figure out another avenue, right? So what that does is it creates even more competition, and it means that people like Jordan Peterson and Dave Rubin and Sam Harris, people that actually have a good amount of money squirreled away already, they can go out and pay some computer nerds from MIT to create a new type of business, thus employing more people, and capitalism reigns supreme. This is the beautiful thing. And you watch what happens to Jack Conte as all of this money just leaves his little venue because he wanted to be a parent. He went on and he was talking about the sobering responsibility of silencing people's voices. Well, no, it's not a sobering responsibility, is it? It's an intoxicating power, and this guy is drunk with it. So once again, you want to fight the Nazis, this is how you do it. When you see people like Jack Conte burning books, right? Silencing Sargon of Akkad, silencing, what was her name? Not Laura Loomer, but the other lady. For going down into the Mediterranean Ocean and showing on video that the European Union was paying for militants to invade European soil. She got deplatformed for that. Right? She wasn't out there calling them a bunch of N-words or anything like that. She was just saying, hey, look at everybody. Here's what's going on. Do with this information as you will. And she was silenced. That's Nazism. That's the National Socialist Party of Germany. That's what they actually did. And that's what Jack Conte did. So, let's deplatform him. Jack Conte, you have been deplatformed. We no longer want to hear what you have to say because you're a filthy Nazi and you're this close away from building, special shower rooms for people that you don't like, people that you think are bad for the world or bad for the environment. You don't get to be in that position. Nobody gets to be in that position. That position is held solely by God, and you are clearly not him. Anyways. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe to the Arch Advocate podcast. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'm sure I will get deplatformed from this pretty soon. But hey, we're all in this together, right? The culture war is on. Let us continue on in our victory. Thank you very much.